Hi Libra, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your life spread reading. So we're just going to go through how the life spread works. Sorry it's coming to you a little bit late, it's just that I've been really busy with personal readings and also trying to get up the rest of these. There's been a lot more to record and they take about an hour a piece. I try talking quicker, try getting through it quicker, but it's just difficult. This is just the way that I am, so you know, anyone that wants to come to me and say, you take too long or you repeat, tough. If you don't like it, please go somewhere else. I get a lot of people coming to me and saying, you talk too much. Well, this is the way that I talk. Even on personal readings, if somebody orders a 15 minutes reading, it can easily turn out to be 35. I'm like this on personals and on generals. This is how I am in readings. So I will try and cut it down as much as I can, but if I can't, you can always switch off. But yeah, so this is life spread for you guys, sun, moon and rising signs. Now, how your life spread works is you have 5 areas that we look at in the life spread, 5 areas of your life. And the areas come in groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you guys can see these cards well enough on this reading. The top cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are called your key cards. Now, your key cards are influences that you might be going through now in terms of the particular area, or they're influences that you may be going through in the future, okay? And the areas that we're going to look at is personal situation, home life, work, love, and future. And the card that's sitting in the middle here is the advice card from the universe, something that I just want you to know, just looking forward for the next 5 months. In this area here, we have what's called the anchor cards. Now, the anchor cards are all made up of the major arcanas, because the majors, if you know, have the longest sort of running energies. They're bigger energies than the pit cards are. So they're all made up of majors. I'm using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan for the major cards, okay? How it works, we've got 7 majors here, which have been shuffled, cut, and put down. Now, the majors work, the anchor works by showing you what the overall outcome will be in a particular area. So, for example, if you have a negative outcome, say for example you had a negative outcome in your home life, and your home life is represented by card number 4, the central theme. If it was a good card, it would show that even though you might be going through some difficult situations in your home life, everything's going to turn out really, really well. So that's the saving grace. But if you had really, really good cards here, and then the outcome showed a negative card, it could show that there might be something that you're overlooking or something that you're not quite seeing around what's going here in that particular area, because in the outcome it says, well, everything might be going good now, but in the future it might not go so good. So maybe you need to sort of reevaluate and revise something here. This one here, the High Priestess, refers to, we use this as card number 1, we use as the foundation basis. So this is really the card that explains where some of you guys might be right now, just in terms of your life, in terms of your thoughts, in terms of what you're thinking, just in terms of what's going on for you. But this also acts, card number 1, as the overall outcome for your personal situation. Card number 2, the Empress, is in reference to your working life, your working environment, the overall outcome for that. The Moon, which is card number 3, which is in reference to your love life, Libra. Card number 4 is the Hanged Man, usually seen as the central theme, so how you would probably react to all areas in your life. But I don't use that for that reason. I use it as because the home life area doesn't always have a direct overall outcome, I use the number 4 card as the central theme and also the overall outcome for the home life. Card number 5 is the Magician, so that relates to the future, overall outcome for the future, where things are heading in terms of your future area here. The Wheel of the Year, which is the Wheel of Fortune, is your wishes. So when we get to card number 6 and card number 7, this isn't directly linked to any one area. It can be linked to, all areas or one particular area. But the wheel is how you would wish for things to go. And the outcome is showing us card number 7, the Sun, which basically is how everything will head. Where is everything in the life spread heading for you guys? And we've got the sun. So we're going to get a crack onto your reading, and we're going to try and make it as succinct and short as we possibly can, but without compromising on the quality that I'm used to giving on these readings. Libra. So in your basis foundation, where you are right now is a High Priestess. This actually came up for Gemini for me, which I've just finished. For me, the High Priestess is all about intuition, but it's also about knowing and not knowing at the same time, which is why we have the dark and the light. If you can see this, the dark and the light pillars. I hope you guys can see that. There we go. There she is, the High Priestess. Now, when you get a High Priestess, sometimes it can reveal that there are things that need to be revealed. There are secrets that need to come out. There are things that need to kind of see the light of day. There's a veil, there's a curtain that needs to go up. So for some of you guys, you might be seeking some form of clarity. And I do feel that you are looking at the area of your personal situation in terms of the life spread. This card can also mean that you're at the height of your intuition. So you know exactly what direction that you want to go, but maybe it's just something that you're keeping to yourself for the time being. So there is an element of keeping something to oneself, because the High Priestess, as I always say, she's not an expressive character, very passive character, but she knows what she knows. That's the thing with the High Priestess. She has a very deep-rooted internal knowledge of what's going around her, which is why the High Priestess can often be seen. If you look at Egyptian days, the High Priestess would be the person that would take the entrails out of a chicken or something and would say, this and this is going to happen, I can tell by what's going on, how the entrails are laid out. So she was always considered a wise woman, someone who had, extraterrestrial knowledge, somebody who knew the secrets of the universe, because she had just an intrinsic depth of self, of her own spirit, of spirituality, and also of the spirit of others. So she's very connected to others and what others are going through as well. She might not say a lot, but she's the type. This is why tarot readers like myself can often be seen as a High Priestess, because we have, the ability to intuit situations and the ability to connect to other people, whether we are in front of them or away from them. Our intuition is always connected. So she's very strongly connected to spirit. She's very strongly connected to the self. She's very strongly connected to what her own knowledge is and what her own... She's a very perceptive character. And I feel that you guys are probably going through a point in your life right now where you're feeling hugely perceptive about what's going on for you in your personal life. And I feel that, with this card, it's really saying you kind of need to probably make some changes, because that is really the root of most of the cards, or all of them. The majority of the cards within the tarot are about change, whether you believe it or not. You might get cards that look stagnant, but really, if it's a stagnant situation, then there's a lesson about change in that stagnation a lot of the time within the tarot. So I do feel that for some of you guys, there is a sense of, with the High Priestess, knowing and having that deep-rooted knowledge that there has to be change, or there has to be something that kind of shifts in your world. But I don't feel it's something that you're really expressing possibly to others at the moment. Looking at your life spread, starting with your personal situation, we've got the energies of the Queen of Pentacles as an energy that you're feeling now, or one that's coming in, Libra. And this, I feel, is probably can be in relation to a good friend, because the Queen of Pentacles is a lovely lady. She's very friendly, very sweet, very serene, very calm, also highly, highly intelligent, but she's also very much in tune with herself as well, because if you look, she's got one pentacle that she's holding here on the card. I hope you guys can see that. She holds one pentacle, and the pentacle for me represents her own self-value. So I don't feel that it's just a case of, I feel for you guys, the majority, the people that are watching this, that are sort of resonating with this reading, Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, I feel that for a lot of you guys, you might be at a stage, either now, energies that you're feeling now or coming in, where you're looking at the value of what you have, just in terms of what you do on an everyday basis, your money situation, your career, your children, your family, your home. And I get the sense that there is a sense of needing to make plans and needing to be very responsible about where you are right now, which is what the Queen of Pentacles energy really is. She's a very kind, nurturing, sweet, loving, even though she's pentacles, she's very emotional, because remember, all queens are rooted in emotion. They're all rooted in the element of water, which means for me, the ideas and the decisions that they come to are always rooted in how they're feeling emotionally. So I feel that there is a very much an emotional link to your home, your family, your friends, your job, what you do as an individual, and the need to perhaps reevaluate that, because we see underneath this Queen of Pentacles what's linked to it. When you do a live spread reading, you've got to look at how the cards link in with your key cards. So how do these three cards link in with the Queen of Pentacles energy? Well, we can see that there's been, I feel, in your personal life, a reevaluation of where you are right now. And I say this because if I'd had other cards that showed up like the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, I'd feel that you were completely happy with this energy right now, or coming in, and that nothing would change, and that you'd be really happy and with the accomplishments that you've made, and you know, you'd probably be looking to accomplish far more. But I feel that because the energies that are showing here really show something that's changing, and we do have cards that show change and show a sense of rebirth, or a sense of startup, or something new starting, that I feel that there has been, you know, whether if you don't feel this energy right now of the Queen of Pentacles, then it will come in for you, and this is all future shit going on here. If you're feeling this energy now, then this is probably what you felt in the past with the Death card. I didn't mention, I feel, that underneath the key cards, the three cards can be past, present, future, present, future, or future. That's how it works. You can never go backwards in a life spread. You can only ever go forwards, Libra, okay? So it's always got to, everything's got to amount to what's happening in the future, basically, with this reading. So I feel that, you know, we've got a situation here, influences now are coming in where, you know, you're really going to be reevaluated. And I will see the Queen of Pentacles as somebody who is very serious about, you know, what she has, and about how much things mean to her. She looks at things and the importance of what she has manifested, because remember, it's Pentacles. So Pentacles are all about manifestation. They're the outcomes and the rewards for our efforts. So she's always looking at what she has managed to reap from what she's sown. And if you look at her, she's in a garden. Okay, so she's very comfortable. It's like it's autumn time. It reminds me of autumn, and it should be really, because it's an earth sign card. So it's very sort of very earthy. She's very into the depth of being of who she is, but it's not just about what she holds, it's about what relevance, I feel, for some of you guys, this bears on your life. If you're following me, I just feel that when I look at that card, it's almost saying to me that for some of you guys, you're going to be feeling, well, what relevance does what I have, what I hold, what I've worked for, my family and everything, and especially I feel in terms of work, in a way, because I feel that, you know, we've got two Pentacle cards here. We've got, with the key card is the Queen of Pentacles, and your future card is the Page of Pentacles in your personal life. So I do feel that this is heavily connected, probably with something to do with your career, or mixed in with your career and maybe your family life. And I do get a sense that you're looking at, with this Queen of Pentacles, maybe how you make money, how you survive, how you pay for things, how you run your family home. And I'm seeing here with the Death card, in the past, some of you guys might have entered a phase of endings, okay, in terms of this energy. So if you're feeling that Queen of Pentacles right now, because we would look, it's like a pyramid reading, you know, you'd have, as I always say, a High Priestess here. High Priestess could mean secret needs to be revealed. Then you'd look at all the cards underneath and see what that secret is, what they're saying. So it will go down and down and down, form a pyramid. With the Queen of Pentacles, to me, it's looking at the value of what you have. And around this value, there is death. So there is something that needs to change, I feel, here, regarding what you have, what you have worked towards, what you are developing in terms of your own lifestyle at the moment. There is definitely, for me, an ending here. This could have been in the past, it could be now, or it could be coming in the future. Around that death comes the world, and the world means that there's going to be a changing cycle. So as something ends, something begins, I feel, with the World card. And both cards represent endings. But it's almost like with this card as well, it says, well, what have you learned? So there's an ending here, and it might be asking the question next, well, what have you learned from what you have here? Because something needed to end around this Queen of Pentacles energy. All right? With the Queen of Pentacles energy, we could say, you know, the energy is going to be one of success, building success. But we see that in order to build that, there has to be an ending. So in the past, if this is coming in now, This means that in the past there was an ending. It could have been an ending to a relationship. Sometimes when I get people that come for love readings and she shows up, maybe in an outcome position, I always read that as somebody who's concentrating on their own self-value for the time being. So they don't really have time for a relationship. So this is somebody who's concentrating on their business, they're concentrating on their investments, they're concentrating on how they're going to climb the corporate ladder, that type of thing. So often I can interpret that Queen of Pentacles, especially if, you know, I've got a girl or something coming for a reading, and this shows up as her outcome in terms of love. I feel that this is somebody who's not concentrating on love at the moment. There's still yet more that she needs to do internally and externally as an individual. And this is why I feel that you're focusing very much on your own value. Very much. Yes, it can be your children, your house, your home, but pretty much to me this is all about you and how you feel as an individual and what you need to kind of develop within your life. And in the past there might have been an ending that's brought you to this point. You might have had many lessons to learn with that World card that's brought you to this point. But in the outcome, in the future, with this page, with this Queen of Pentacles, we see you going on a new adventure with the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles means it's the start of a new opportunity that comes to you. Because we're seeing an ending that happened here. All right, so around the Queen of Pentacles, there was an ending. That brought around a new cycle. And there will be a new opportunity that comes in. New financial opportunity, probably. Probably a chance to start over again, or start your own company, or start with something smaller, if that makes any sense to you. But the overall energy is that you're going to be feeling, I feel, far more kind of confident within who you are. But also remember, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that makes plans as well. She's very hot on making good financial plans. Okay, so she is like the Queen of Wands, as I always say. She's a natural coordinator. But she's far more detailed than your Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands thinks she can manage projects all at the same time. That's what she's like, Flash. See that program, The Flash? She's like zoom, zoom, zoom. Let's get it all done all at once. Because she wants to be the focus of everybody's attention. She wants everybody to tell her how good she is and how brilliant she is at her job. Whereas the Queen of Pentacles doesn't, if she's in the reverse, she might be completely different. But upright Queen of Pentacles doesn't need that type of validation or approval. It's all about what she can do. So I really feel that you're going inward in your personal lives. And I feel that why this is happening around you, Librans, or some of you, is because you have faced a death. Probably a death of the old self. Probably a death of a relationship. But it's been an ending. Some ending in your personal life has brought about a new cycle with the world. And therefore, in the future, it brings around new opportunities for you. So it's the chance to start again with something. Your overall outcome card showed us the High Priestess. And I feel that in this case, it is pure and utter knowledge on your part that is the overall outcome. Okay, I feel that this brings you to a point of far more spiritual awareness of who you are. Because remember, the Pentacles are also related very heavily to spiritual depth and knowledge and self-awareness. And when you get a High Priestess, it's somebody who's completely self-aware of who they are a lot of the time. So I feel the overall outcome with the High Priestess says, I am actually at a point of real self-awareness, real self-belief in who I am. I've reached that point now where I know exactly where I'm going. But it has come with its trials, because we do have death here. And whenever you get major change cards like death, it's always like a massive whack in the chops, because you have to adapt to something new. And I do feel that you guys, so some of you guys with the Queen of Pentacles energy, it might be that, you know, you were in a relationship and you came out of that relationship, and where you used to pay the bills with your partner, now you're the one that's responsible for paying stuff. Now you're the one that's responsible for doing everything. Because the Queen of Pentacles can also, for me, show us somebody who's completely, it's a single mother sometimes this is. Okay, single mom. So, for example, it could be that maybe with the Death card, some of you guys have ended a major relationship, and it started a massive cycle, a new cycle for you with the World card, that sees you probably being responsible for a younger child, Page of Pentacles. Okay? You're off the same blood, remember, both Pentacles, mother and child. So it could be for some of you guys, it sees you having to take the responsibility. All right? I just get a sense of having to take some major responsibility here within your personal life, and you have to do it. But I feel with the High Priestess as the overall outcome, it makes you far, far more stronger. And also I feel that it makes you, in the overall outcome, that you have to connect to your life in a far different way than you did before. So for some of you guys, it might be that you connected to your life on a very kind of superficial level where, you know, for some of you guys, it might be that nothing was too much. You know, you might have lived in a really nice house. You might have, you know, had really nice things, and suddenly, wham, bam, this massive change comes in, and suddenly, Page of Pentacles energy means there's a shortage. I'm having to deal with things on a much smaller level. I'm having to, you know, be far more responsible and intelligent and mature around my finances, for example, because I had a massive change. There was a massive ending in my life. Possibly a relationship, possibly even a job, to which there's a massive new cycle of life, a new cycle, a new beginning, a rebirth with the World card that came in. And it's seen now that I'm having to be more responsible with what I have, Page of Pentacles, or maybe I'm looking at a new opportunity, but it's going to be on a smaller scale with that Page of Pentacles. So the High Priestess really does force us, and it's a difficult thing sometimes with the High Priestess, Libra, where it really forces us to connect with ourselves on a far deeper level than just the material. And remember, pentacles are material. So sometimes when you're forced into change, it forces you to look at your life in a far, far more different way. The other area we're going to look at is your career. We'll quickly do this one now. I just want to get this out of the way because it was an interesting thing when these cards showed up, Libra. And we can see the general energy is the Queen of Swords. And when you get the Queen of Swords, this is somebody who is mentally savvy. Okay, they are very, very highly intelligent. Okay, she's water again. She's a queen. And for me, the queens, because they are rooted in the element of water, it means every decision that they make come from an emotional, the deep-rooted reasons that they make decisions is because it comes from a very emotional backdrop. So they're never gung-ho about stuff. It always is rooted in, well, how will this make me feel? How do I feel about this? How do I truly feel about this? What do my emotions speak? What do they say to me about this particular decision I'm about to make? And with the Queen of Swords, she makes decisions based on logic, okay? So this is why she's affiliated with you guys, and this is actually you, funnily enough, because you're Libra. Queen of Swords would often be affiliated as a Libra sign. So this is bang smack on in your career, this is you. So this is you who is making the decision. And I feel that you're coming from a point of, you know, looking at something for what it is. And in work, it could be anything. It could be that you don't get on with someone. Because sometimes when you get the Queen of Swords in a career reading and the influence is showing up now or in the future can be saying, well, I cut certain things out. I'm quite aloof and I'm quite cold and I'm quite distant. So for some of you guys, the energy might be that because you might be distant from someone within the workplace. You might put those barriers up, which the Queen of Swords does, okay? You might be in fighting mode, but with the Queen of Swords, though she can be verbally difficult, I feel here that you've actually just put a barrier up. I feel the influences for some of you guys, especially around your work, if we're looking at work-based relationships, I feel that they're going to be difficult, okay? I feel that they will be difficult. Though the outcome looks really good for this, and I don't know why, but I'm going to try and give a crack at seeing why we have the Empress as the overall outcome, because it seems to me that around this Queen of Swords, you have... I get the idea that you are undecided about something in terms of your workplace environment. Now, it could be around someone or a particular person, because we've got the Hanged Man here, and it could be saying that there is a major obstacle. Okay, a major obstacle. When you get the Hanged Man, sometimes this card just means there's a huge obstacle going on in your life at the moment. But it can also mean my hands are tied, or I view this situation in a completely different way to how you view it. Okay, so I'm looking at this situation from a completely different perspective. So it could be that because you have, it seems to me you're feeling, some of you guys might be feeling a little bit defensive in a workplace environment situation here, with that Queen of Swords showing as your key card, as your general energy, because she can be quite defensive, as well as being the type of person who will be straight down the line, quite intelligent. She will call a spade a spade. She will make a decision based on what the truth is rather than what the lie is. Around this, we seem to see the Hanged Man. So something is hanging in the balance here. And that's because of how you're either seeing something or how you're treating it or how you're dealing with it or what you're saying about it. So the Hanged Man, it seems that something is left in suspense. Because an offer with that Knight of Cups may have been refuted with the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords means to block out or deny, but it also can mean that you're in two minds. So I get the sense here that there is a problem for some of you guys around a career. For some of you guys, it might be that you had been waiting for a job offer and now your suspicions, because remember, when you get a Queen of Swords, she can be a lawyer. Same as a King of Swords can. Both can be lawyers. And what do lawyers do? Lawyers are naturally suspicious people. Okay, that's how they thrive. That's how they win cases. If they were to accept everything as being the absolute truth, no one would get anywhere. So it's a case of investigation with these kind of people here. All right, so for some of you guys within the workplace, it could be a new job. And maybe with this card here, it says that the influence coming in is that you're going to need to investigate something with that Queen of Swords energy. And around this will be a time where there is suspense. So you haven't made your mind up about something. You haven't made your mind up about an offer because you're in two minds. Does that make sense to you guys? So it could be with a friendship. It could be that you need time to investigate something. You're suspicious because if you look at what the Queen of Swords is doing, she's putting one hand out and holding one sword up, which means she's in two minds. And when you're in two minds, you're suspicious of something. That's what happens. It doesn't mean a bad suspicion. It's just like, for example, if I had the offer of two jobs and I was this character here with the Two of Swords, what it would be saying to me is, okay, so I've been offered two jobs, I could accept one and I could accept the other, but I'm not sure. So let me buy the method of redaction or the method of what's the word? The method of trying to deduce whether something would be good for me or not. I'm going to look at the pros and cons of each thing, okay? And that in itself is suspicion. So really for me, it's saying, you know, this might be good, but this might be good, but the but is really the suspicion as far as I'm concerned. So to me, there is an investigative quality around this Queen of Swords going on in your career. And I feel that this is why there is suspense or there has been a hold put on an offer or accepting an offer because you're in two minds. Okay, and I feel that it's interesting because in the work environment or the work or the career section of your life, Libra, we do have the overall outcome being the Empress, which is an interesting card to get. Now, what we can't do is we can't kind of try and tailor these outcome cards to what we see here. The Empress in an outcome is a good card because it talks about something being quite fertile, so it's quite abundant. So when you get this, if somebody was to come to me for a reading about love and I was to get the Empress as an outcome card, I would probably say to my client, you know what, this relationship looks like it has a real potential for growth, because the Empress to me means fertility, and it looks like this relationship has the real potential to actually start sprouting something quite lovely and to start developing quite nicely. All right, I don't have another card to show me, well, yes, there's something developing here, but afterwards it might be so-and-so. So we don't have another card that can kind of either heighten this card or omit it, if you see what I mean, or throw some negative shade on it at all. All I can think about is that the overall outcome will be that you will get the developments that you need, okay? Because the Empress says to me, you know, this is all about how does a situation develop. So there's lots of ideas, there's lots of things, there's lots of effort that have been put into trying to grow something. And this is the baby within the Empress. And it's growing very, very healthily. So it's developing. The ethos of the Empress card is all about development. All about development. So it's the effort that we put into our projects, into our creative projects, into the things that we are working on, into our ideas that will manifest and show real growth of the self and also growth of the project. So growth of money, growth of abundance, growth in where we live. So, you know, you work hard, you play hard, you're able to buy a nice house. All of these things, you know, you're able to drive a nice car. All of these things are related to the Empress. Because when you get an Empress, it means that you get promotion after promotion. When you get the Empress, it means that you get, you get more money. So you get you know, you get promotion after promotion, and with each promotion you get more money along with that job. The Empress is a serious card within the tarot because it shows real development. So even though for some of you guys there might be something happening in the work area that you've put the brakes on because you might not be quite sure about it, so you might be unwilling to give an answer to someone, can be in relationship to a work relationship with someone, it can be in relationship to a new job that's coming and you're just not sure. But it says that developments will happen within this area with that Empress, the overall outcome, and it shows them to be good development. So I don't feel that you'll be staying with this, the Two of Swords, for too long. I feel that this will actually work out in your favour in a very, very positive way, where there seems to be a situation that is actually resolved. Let's have a look at your home life, guys. And I feel that this is very, very, what's the word? It's very related to relationships, I feel here. Because we've got the Ten of Pentacles showing as the key card. So it's the energies that you're feeling now, and it's the energies that you're going to be feeling in the future. Now, when you get the Ten of Pentacles, you know, this is what I always say about the tarot, and that you don't need reverse cards to show a bad situation in the tarot. I don't really use reverse. If cards come out as reversals, you know, I'll go with it and I'll use it, but I don't always use reverse cards, okay? Sorry, bear with me one moment, guys. Sorry, I'm waiting to see if a text is coming through, because I'm waiting for some new tarot cards to come from Amazon, and they're bloody taking their time. I'm so annoyed. Anyway, so we see a conversation here. This is all about the family. But the Ten of Pentacles for me, in this home life spread, you know, it shows, for me, it shows the energy of needing to resolve something. There needs to be some resolution. The overall energy for me, the overall issue, or the overall kind of condition in terms of your home life with this Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles often means abundance, and it means luck, and it, you know, it should mean good family connections, people coming together, you know, helping each other, working together. Everybody's putting inside of the pot. Everybody's, you know, and I feel that the energy is going to be focused on family sharing and caring. It can be around inheritances, but I do feel, because we've got the Ten of Pentacles, this is probably the energy either of a long-term relationship that you guys are going to be focusing on within your home life. I mean, really focusing on it, really talking about it with your partner, really talking about what's going on within this home life. It could be around inheritances, money, family inheritances, money coming down the ages within the family. It's also to do with the Ten of Pentacles, you know, the home. But I just feel that there's something about working something through. Because around this Ten of Pentacles, for some of you guys, it could be about parents that are living with you, elderly parents. There's definitely a discussion going on here about the family. And it's a very important matter because it's the Ten of Pentacles. We don't have any Ten of Cups on here, which shows people smiling together. This is a serious environment, a serious chat. There's something very important that you and your loved ones will need to discuss, I feel, in terms of home life. And I feel that it's around money, and it's around the resources that go into the family. And I feel that it's around also the stability and security of the family, because this is the premise of the Ten of Pentacles. It's on a secure environment. And I feel that there is going to be very much an issue around the security of your family going forward in the next 5 months, Libra. And because we see around this security and stability, what's being discussed, there is worry. Because we've got a Nine of Swords sitting here. So there is worry here. This could have been in the past. So if this is an energy that you recognise, this was in the past. There seems to have been real worry around security within your family or home life, which has led to having to look at various options or choices or avenues that you could take. And I feel that this is to create some form of balance and safety with the Temperance card. Okay. If we were to look at this past, present, future, I feel that might have been worrying in the past around family security. And you might have been looking to try and find ways and means to alleviate some issues here. So it could be, for example, there was worry about money, bringing in money, that type of thing, all right, within the family, potentially. And you might be looking at all sorts of ways to try and alleviate the issue of what's going on here with this Seven of Cups. So it might have been a very confusing, difficult time for some of you guys. But in the future, we see the Temperance card. And the Temperance card says, well, we're trying to work things through. We're trying to sort things out. Now, this is kind of a relationship thing where some of you guys here have been in a very long-term relationship and you're trying to, you're talking about your relationship. You're talking about, trying to build the relationship up again. And this is coming in as an influence. It shows in the past that there has been worry around this. Because for some of you guys, you've had to look at choices that you need to make around this situation here. But in the future, it shows working together. So I don't see any endings in terms of relationships here, especially if you're in a long-term marriage or something like that. But I do see bumps in the road with that reading. Okay, I do see some bumps in the road, but I do see eventually you try and work things out, because we've got the Temperance card, and remember the Temperance card, it's water going from one cup to the other. So it's trying to create that never-ending flow of harmony. Your overall outcome card, though, is the Hanged Man. So it says, overall, where this is leading, is that things may hang in the balance still, because the Hanged Man says, things might still be up in the air while you're trying to fix or adjust things. It doesn't talk about endings, that Hanged Man doesn't. It just says that things are being put on hold. All right? Things are being put on hold. Or there are things that are kind of in suspense at the moment. Nothing can really be resolved because there's a major obstacle that you still need to overcome. So I feel within your home life for some of you guys and some of your relationships, because we're going to deal with love in a moment, is that, there is a situation, especially long-term relationships, where they're being really taken seriously and they're probably being overly scrutinised. Things that you probably haven't scrutinised in the past before. And there's been a lot of worry around this, a lot, as a result of this conversation. Because it's the truth. And when you get tens, it can also be, shit, we're looking at an ending here. And there's been a lot of worries around this. So I feel that with this Seven of Cups, it's almost like I'm looking at the black shadow. And it's almost like this person is searching frantically for an answer with that Seven of Cups. The outcome is trying to work things through, Temperance, trying to reach a happy balance here. Something that serves both parties. But does it serve both parties? Because the Hanged Man is the overall outcome. Which says, well, things might stay the same, but is it really comfortable? Is it really, really comfortable? Also, the Hanged Man talks about making sacrifices. So who is making the sacrifice here? Okay, so it's sacrificing one's comfort to either play the martyr. So for some of you guys, it might be that you give up how you truly feel about the way a relationship is going to satisfy another partner. Because the Hanged Man means I sacrifice my own comfort in order to learn how to be and survive in another sphere, in another way. So i.e., I'm no longer standing upright. I'm upside down. And I have a martyr's halo around my head. So I'm sacrificing how I used to live my life. Because I'm having to adjust for some sense of needing to experience the world or needing to experience something in another way. Whatever reason the Hanged Man is there, for some of you guys, you might just be the Hanged Man, i.e. you might just be the fall guy. Yeah, you might just be that fall guy. You might just be the person who's sacrificing everything for probably what is quite a selfish partner, potentially. We're going to quickly look at let's have a look how we're doing for time, Libra. 38 minutes in, okay. In your love life, for some of you guys, it's not great because we've got the Ten of Swords as an influence that you've experienced. I'm hoping that it's one that you've experienced rather than one that's coming in. Because when you get the Ten of Swords in love, it means several things. It means to be betrayed. It means that somebody let you down. It means to have somebody stab you in the back, cheat on you. It means to be somebody who's given up on love, who no longer sees the point in waiting for someone. So I feel that for some of you guys, if the influence that's coming in is that you've given up on love with the Ten of Swords, I feel that around this, in the past, you might have been waiting for somebody to come back to you. Because we've got the Three of Wands. Now, sometimes when you get a Three of Wands, and it's to do with somebody who's been stabbed in the back, for me that can represent you're still waiting for the one that you love to come back to you. Yes, somebody's hurt you desperately, but you don't stop loving them, and you're still waiting for them, because these 3 wands here 1 and 2 wand behind this guy represent the investment that's been made in a particular journey that you went on. Okay? Which means the 1 wand that this person holds on to, and they're looking at, when we talk about the ships coming in, especially when it's to do with love, sometimes this can mean, especially when you've got, a card facing you, probably the 6 of Cups, something like that, or Temperance. To me, this is kind of waiting for a reunion or waiting for the past to come back. Okay? So some of you guys might have given up on love here. Now, if this isn't the past, the 3 of Wands, I feel for some of you guys, you might be waiting to see if you can recuperate that investment. So you've put a lot into the relationship, and even though the 10 of Swords still hurts for you here, you're still waiting for this person to come back. So in the past, it might be that you've waited for someone to come back to you. But in the present, we have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups could say, this isn't the person coming back, but this is new love being offered. So you might have waited for someone to come back to you. Probably didn't happen. In the present, could be that new love is offered. And in the future, you might be considering going for this. Because I always look at the 2 of Wands and I feel, well, 2 of Wands, why are we calling this card the 2 of Wands when 1 wand is bolted to the back and 1 wand somebody's holding on to? They're not holding on to 2 wands. They've got a backup plan here. So I feel that there'll be a relationship that comes in for you guys, and it will be something that you're probably not very serious about. Because I feel that you're still mourning somebody that let you down. This 10 of Swords is the energy that's running through your love life, coming in. And when you get the 10 of Swords, sometimes, a lot of people, the time when somebody comes to me for a reading on love, and this card shows up, probably in a present situation, I know a lot of the time that this person is still feeling very, very hurt about something that has hurt them in the past. It's still, the energies are still very with them. For some people, it will be that they're overcoming things. But usually if I'm seeing somebody overcome hurt, I'm looking for judgment to show up in the present of a situation in terms of a reading. Those are the types of cards. Or I'm looking for the Wheel of Fortune. Or I'm looking for death. Something that shows me that this person... this can be death, yeah. 10 of Swords can be death, and it can show the death of a relationship, yes. But because the swords are in the person's back, it's almost like the pain is still there, it's still being felt. So often I feel that the 10 of Swords can mean I've given up on something, or I'm still feeling hurt. And the fact that here, around this 10 of Swords, you've been waiting for love to be offered. Which in the outcome shows the 2 of Wands. The intention to move forward with an idea. So for some of you guys, it might be that you never let go of this individual. I feel here. You might still be seeking them out with that 2 of Wands energy. You might still be in pursuit of the perfect partner. Even somebody like them, potentially, in the future. I'm just going to close my eyes and be quiet for a moment, because I'm just trying to think of something here. Yeah, I do feel that for some of you guys, yes. This 10 of Swords is also saying, for some of you, you may have given up on love. You might have been waiting for new love to come in, which you will pursue, going forth with an idea, walking into a new journey. It could be also that you've been hurt by love through 10 of Swords. In the past, you may have been waiting for your ships to come in. In the present, they seem to have come in with the Ace of Cups, love being offered. And this will be something that you want to pursue, Libra, with the 2 of Wands. But you half-heartedly do it. This is the thing. I feel some of you guys half-heartedly do it. Because when I look at the 2 of Wands, it always reminds me of somebody who half-heartedly does something. The 2 of Wands might as well be called 1.5 wands, because this 1 wand here that this person is holding on to is the Ace of Wands. It's this card here. It's the idea, it's the excitement, there is the potential in this. But is it the real deal? And the fact that he doesn't hold 2 wands together in his hands. He's not holding on to 2 in this, at least in the Rider-Waite. He's not holding on to 2. He's holding on to the world, and he's holding on to 1 of the wands, with 1 of the wands, the second wand, in the background. So it's behind him. It's almost like it's an afterthought. It's almost like, well, if this doesn't work out, you know, maybe there's another direction that I can take. So he's kind of split. He's kind of on the fence about it. He's kind of in two minds again. He's kind of got to make his mind up. I feel that there's going to be love that comes in, but I feel until you get rid of this Ten of Swords energy, then really there's no real ways for you to go, especially with new love that comes in, because I feel that it will be approached half-heartedly for some of you guys. And your outcome card showed us the Moon as well. This is the overall outcome. And when you get the Moon card, sometimes, you know, in terms of love, it means things like secrecy, or it means lacking clarity or needing more clarity, or it means a sense of feeling anxiety or trepidation or really feeling quite depressed. So I don't feel that some of you guys will be out of the woods, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm ready to take a relationship. The Moon card in terms of love can mean that you feel real deep, intense emotions. But I don't feel that this is deep and intense for you for some reason. I feel that deep and intense emotions, if anything, will be for a prior lover. I don't feel it will be for somebody now coming in. Some of you guys, it might be. Maybe the Two of Wands means that you go on a new partnership. Because Two of Wands can mean a new partnership in a relationship. So, yes, the Ten of Swords. But this is the Ten of Swords overall. Ten of Swords as a general energy that you're feeling now or coming in. Giving up on love. You might have been betrayed. You might be feeling really hurt. Three of Wands in the past, you might have been waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for new love. You've put the past behind you. New love comes in the present, and in the future you might form a partnership. And the Moon card might mean, yeah, this is something really deep, really strong, really lovely. There is, yes, the potential for that. But I feel that overall, looking at the energy overall and the fact that it's around this Ten of Swords, I feel that you're half-hearted about relationships in the overall, in the future, because your overall is the Moon, and the Moon says there's still something quite dark that hasn't been expressed, or it hasn't been purged by you, it hasn't been vomited up, it's still there, it still needs to kind of go. I feel that there is an energy with some of you guys that are still there. The final cards we're going to look at now are your future cards, and it's brilliant because it shows the Sun. So you can see the overall energy for the future is everything is looking bright, everything is looking orange, everything is, well, yellow, everything is looking really, really positive. It's going in the right direction. Could be also new relationships that come in for you when the time is right, when you feel ready, when you feel happy. Okay, but it shows a really positive environment in the future for you Librans. And that's because you take a new journey, the Fool card. And the Fool card for me says, in linking with this I mean, it could be anything. It could be as much as a holiday that you take, because the Sun card can mean going to a very hot climate, a foreign climate, and the Fool card can also mean a holiday that you go on as well. It's a journey card. Nine of Pentacles can mean a retreat. Okay, so it can mean that you're relaxing and pampering yourself, and the Three of Cups means going out and having a drink and having wine and sitting amongst friends. So I can easily see how these cards, you don't only have to look at the colours, they're all yellow and reds and things like that. Summer holiday, summer break. So for some of you guys, it will be something as simple as a summer break that you take. Okay? And for some of you guys, it will be that in the future, if you're not taking a summer break, things are turning out really well for you because you've taken a new direction, which has led to lots of affluence, lots of abundance, and a time for real celebration and happiness. And your outcome for the future is the Magician, which is wonderful. This is the overall outcome card. And the Magician as the overall outcome really says, you know, you're on the start of a journey that's quite powerful. You're creating some wonderful, wonderful new beginnings for yourself. When you get the Magician, it simply means I create my life. I create my reality. I create a powerful, powerful new beginning, and I've got the universe behind me, because as I speak and as I think, so it is. So it is. I only have to say the words, believe them, do them, and suddenly they're here. So I see you guys really creating something quite positive around yourselves in the future. And it's wonderful because your wishes are rooted in the Wheel of the Year, the Wheel of Fortune. So what you're wishing for is a complete turnaround. You're wishing for a bit of luck to come in. You're wishing for the universe to be on your side. Some of you guys might have gone through a really difficult time. But I feel the Wheel of Fortune being in your wish section is saying, you know what, I've had a difficult time and I'm just looking for a bit of good luck in my life right now. I'm hoping that what's happening in my life becomes, even if it's feeling negative right now, it becomes something of positivity, that the universe smiles on me, that God smiles on me. Usually the Wheel of Fortune You know, often you'll say, I wish I could win the lottery, or, you know, I wish I could have a windfall, or I wish I could find the man that would love me, or the woman that would love me, or I wish I could find, you know, there are always wishes when you get the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of us, we do it every day. We do it every day. And because this is coming from you guys, for me, it's apt. To me, a lot of you guys might be saying those words, I wish I could win the lottery, or I wish that I could, you know, get out of this job and find something 10 times better, or I wish I could find somebody who loved me so deeply and that I didn't experience what I experienced in a relationship before. So for you guys, I feel that you are wishing for a helping hand from the universe. Perhaps for some of you that you feel you don't have so much control in certain areas of your life. And your overall outcome is the Sun. Again, we've got that major arcana showing there, and it's interesting that that should show as the future major arcana card, because this is your future card here, and this is the overall future. So it does say that overall everything is heading towards a very, very, very positive conclusion. Even if you can't see it now, it really, really is. And what you can't see right now is only there to strengthen you as an individual, Libra. Really, really good reading. The overall advice is the Ace of Wands. Again, a brilliant card. It says the seeds of change are opening up to you. There is a new direction. For some of you guys, it could even be a move. Moving career, moving home. For some of you guys, it will be the opening up of a new relationship, new passionate relationship. But the Ace of Wands really is the beginning of a creative phase that you're going through with yourself, your self-development, where you are in terms of your work, where you are in terms of your joy, where you are in terms of your sadness. It's about working through all of that in a very, very creative and colourful way, which really for me says we don't stay in the darkness in terms of feeling negative about it. We find ways to work ourselves out of it. And a lot of the time that's to do with going internally and sorting our lives out. That is your reading, Libra. I would like to say thank you very, very much for joining me on Carol's Universe. And I will see you on your September 2016 reading. Thanks for your time, darlings. Bye-bye.